everyone, and welcome back to another video with me, Shruti Vashisht. You're watching Living Our Ascension. In this video, I want to speak about how to be more feminine, and this is for all genders. It's just how to be more in your feminine energy. As you know, as humans, we all have a balance of the masculine and feminine within us, and you know that varies how much we identify with the masculine and how much with the feminine, but we all have it. And this, if you intuitively feel that you need to be more feminine in your life, or you're wondering what that even means, then this video is for you. And I have some tips for you today where I will try and put these sacred principles simply in a way that, you know, most humans just understand and can intuitively relate to. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this video, so give it a thumbs up if you want to watch more subjects like this. That's how I know what kind of videos you'd like to watch from me. Subscribe if you are new here, and check out my personal services and all of my courses which help you to come into alignment and help empower you in your embodiment. It's all about self-mastery, this channel and all of my personal services and my courses. So how to be more feminine. So before I mention that, I just want to say that when we go through our spiritual awakening, as men, women, any gender really, the first stage of it is coming into our more feminine nature. And then after that, the masculine opens up. So many of you would be able to identify with these qualities. Of course, if we're only in our feminine and we're in there for too long, you know, that also has a hindering effect. But at the same time, you'll know, because you'll get frustrated. And then you'll know that it's time for more masculine qualities to open up. So I have another video that I've made on the masculine qualities, which I'll link up here, and you can check it out as well after watching this one. So what are some feminine qualities? How to be more feminine? So number one is hold space for others. So this principle relates to seeing the inner child in yourself and in others. So it's like self-love or love in general. You can say it's about nurture. So what that means is that there is a part of all of us that feels like a child, that is kind of sometimes feels broken or feels like it needs guidance. A part that is doesn't necessarily feel empowered, but is more young and is more youthful, and needs a bit more nurture. So when we are able to hold space for that in other people, then that is a feminine quality of nurture, of being able to see beauty in other people and in ourselves, no matter what's happening. You know, even if we quote unquote fail or we've done something, you can always see the beautiful being that person is, whether it's you or another person, that they are also they are just like a child. You know, they can, at the end of the day, if you think from a certain perspective, they can't make any mistakes. They're just beautiful. So when you are able to slow down and hold space for other people to listen to their stories, to just receive them, and yourself, it begins with you. I can't stress that enough. It always begins with doing that for yourself, for forgiving yourself, holding the space of love for yourself, holding the space where you can come into healing, where it feels like a safe space for the person to not be judged, and therefore automatically they start to come into healing and become whole within that space of love and like the mother. So that is a feminine quality of seeing beauty, of nurturing, holding space for the inner child. Second is receptivity. So this is a very important feminine quality. It means that you feel worthy just because you are. So a more masculine quality is that I feel worthy because I am able to put the right actions out in the world and I'm respected for them. But the feminine quality is that you just feel you have inherent value just because you are a spark of life. So you have this beautiful magnetic quality, as you know, the feminine inside us has this beautiful quality to be able to receive adoration from others, gifts from others, favors from others, just because we bring our presence into the world. We bring this beauty that we are, you know, just the value that we bring as a person. All of our beautiful qualities that we have as a human being, as a soul, they are enough for us to just receive wonderful things in life. So if you are somebody who always feels in relationships you need to do, act and overact for other people, you know, or to just always keep paying and only then you feel worthy, of receiving love from the other person, then this can be somewhere that you're a bit unbalanced in your feminine energy, and perhaps just let go. I know it can feel difficult in the beginning, but just allow yourself to also receive from others, without needing to give back all the time. Like, you're also, one of the ways of giving back is just being yourself, being that feminine presence in other people's lives where you just see their beauty and they appreciate you for that. Like, they come to you and they feel nurtured and they feel like they can come into their wholeness. And for that, then, you are adored by other people, you are loved by people as well. So it's the ability to receive. So this includes material things also. That is a very feminine quality where I feel worthy. For example, let's say a mundane example, like going out on a date. Like, I, as a feminine being, go out on a date with a masculine person or a man and I feel worthy enough that I'm showing up with my inner values and this beautiful knowingness that I have of the beauty of life, of my own inherent value, and this life that I'm able to nurture, and knowing just how important that is, and that for that, if other people provide to me, it's all right, and feeling worthy of that. So it's that quality that all of us need to allow a little bit. If you're somebody who's completely close to it, nobody is like 100% masculine regardless of gender. So allowing a little bit more of these qualities is always helpful, brings more balance. Then unconditional love is another feminine quality where we allow others in. So for example, a more masculine quality is being confident, that even when you are not fully confident inside of yourself, you're able to, let's say, I don't mean in a fake way, but you're empowered enough to own that, and you're still able to take these actions, and you know how to present yourself out there in order to get success, in order to provide for whatever you're responsible for, your family, others, whatever it might be. But a feminine quality, and therefore the masculine is more about dealing with that themselves, and not allowing in others into their vulnerable space necessarily. When we are in our masculine energy, we're not about that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do that, of course not. But that time we are not in our masculine energy. So feminine energy, however, is about allowing others in. That even if I am not 100% perfect, even if I have all of these flaws, it's okay. I don't always need to present myself as confident and figure it out on my own. It's all right to get help as well, to allow others in and be vulnerable. So you can be, a better way of putting this perhaps is that you can be the leader when it comes to vulnerability. So you can show up as the first one who is ready to be more vulnerable in relationships of all kinds, and invite others into that space to also be that way, so that they also feel safe. So this is feminine leadership, whereas masculine leadership looks a bit more like even if you don't feel confident, or whether you do or not, you're able to still shine and you work it out, basically. So feminine leadership is about that maybe I feel broken, but it's okay. I know that this is part of the process too, so I can allow others in. There's beauty in this, even if I'm healing from something, so what? And so you figure it out, that internal process yourself, you have that confidence. So unconditional love, allowing others in, opening up to allow others into your life, into your more vulnerable moments, that is a feminine quality. Then sensuality is a feminine quality. So sensuality again is something that is related to beauty. It's related to being present in your body, present in the moment, to receive pleasure, slowing down and just experiencing, the five senses, and not only just the five senses, like the physical senses, but also the more energetic flow in your body. And the only time that we really feel that is when every action we take is not about being productive, where we are able to make space in life, just to slow down, to relax, to enjoy ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to nurture ourselves, and basically to ask yourself the question, what makes me feel good inside today? So if you want to be more in your feminine energy, you can make it a part of your practice to ask yourself this every day. What is making me feel good inside today? What is going to make me feel that way? And then make sure that that's what you do, even if it's not something very productive, even if it just means going and getting a massage, watching a movie, you're not quote unquote achieving anything, but that replenishment is a part of being successful out in the world also. Just like a soldier, when they are wounded, you know, they need to slow down, they need to recollect themselves, they need to heal. So it's like a slowing down process, which is about nurture and healing. So it's similar. It doesn't always have to be about healing, but it's about slowing down and allowing more relaxation, so that life feels more wholesome. And actually what happens when we allow in this sensuality is that we start to relish in the beauty of life. We start feeling pleasurable in the body. Life feels good again. Life feels worth living. So it's not just about these empty actions out in the world where we're just achieving, which a lot of people do today. You know, just like, I need to have this lifestyle, this amount of money, and this and that. But what are you actually building out in the world? Is it of value or not? You will only know if something is of value, is helpful to Mother Earth and society at large, only if you have gone within yourself and you figured out, what are my values? Like, do you value yourself? Do you know what that is? Do you know what makes you feel good? What is sustainable for you? Only when you have done that work are you able to then go out there with this new inspiration, and also create things that are more sustainable for the planet that way as well. So only then really any actions in the outer world become worth doing, if they have inherent value. Otherwise they're just empty. So yeah, then the next point is emotional empowerment. So, and doing body-based practices. So what that means is that you are not just living a life that is cerebral or about achieving, kind of like my last point, or about, you know, these actions, but you get in touch with the wisdom of your body, that there are emotions that flow in my body that make me feel positive and negative. There's these sensations, energetic sensations that flow in my body. There are also feeling states that have nothing to do with emotions. They are just ever-present feeling states. Like they're not charged with negative or positivity. They just are. Like they are the essence of what we are, which is joy, love, wisdom, power. So knowing when that is flowing in your body, what exactly am I feeling? Does this thing make me feel good or not? Am I in the state of abundance? Am I in a state of joy right now, regardless of what is happening in my external life? When you know these states inside of you, start getting in touch with them, you are able to be in them no matter what is happening in your external life. Otherwise, if you're somebody who's always externally focused, which is a more masculine energy, when things fall apart for you in the external, which they do because it's the flow of life, then you won't know where to go. You're uncomfortable just being inside of yourself. Like we had with, you know, the situation that happened in the past few years on our planet. People had to were forced to slow down and be with themselves, spend a lot of time with themselves, and many people were uncomfortable. They weren't used to just being in their own body, in their own thoughts by themselves. They're always used to like action. So when you go into your body through body-based practices, whether it's meditation, spiritual practices, tantric practices, or even just, you know, walks in nature, if you're not into spirituality per se, things that where your body moves, like dancing and creative, you know, especially things that relate to the sacral chakra, like belly dancing and those type of dances. But doesn't have to be any dance really, because those organs are the feminine organs, our sacral chakra, and, you know, the chest, like the breasts, and so regardless of your gender, when we do those practices, we bring flow in these areas, and it ignites our feminine energy as well. So when you get in touch with the wisdom of your body, you get in touch with emotions, sensations, and feeling states. And yeah, so those are some of the things that are important. Then perhaps the last point that I have, and it's a very important point, is coming into your all-knowingness. So when we start to tap into our intuition, so this of course begins with slowing down, with being in touch with our body, and then just a more refined version of that, or a more empowered version of that, is that our intuition then starts to open up, because we start noticing things that are not material, that are most subtle in life, inside of ourselves and also ultimately externally too. So because of that, our intuition starts to, by itself, it'll, you know, start bringing us things, like we'll start noticing synchronicities. Our third eye might start to open up, where we just notice how our inner life and outer life are connected. It'll bring us hints. Our creativity and our imagination also become heightened when our intuition opens up. It's like we have access to these other dimensions, and we realize we're not just a physical body. So if you want access to other dimensions, you want to be inspired by your, your soul purpose, or you want to be in touch with other realms, you want to channel wisdom, then the first step into that is your intuition. Even if you are not somebody who is very spiritual, let's say, then your all-knowingness is something you can still tap into, which is those moments of hunches where we have, where it's like you just know something. You have, your body tells you that something's about to happen, or something doesn't feel right, and you don't have any logic to support it, but it just it's like your whole body, all of your cells know it. It's this all-knowingness that is a feminine quality, where it doesn't need logic, it just knows before time. And so when you start to honor that, and you start to believe that, and perhaps take some steps in alignment with it rather than just discarding it, then it becomes stronger and stronger, and it comes through stronger next time. So this is also a feminine quality. So with all of these feminine qualities, you would be very a very empowered person who is very much in their feminine. The feminine is about internal strength. It's also about being wild and all of that. I didn't really go into that in this video. There's just so many aspects to both the feminine and the masculine. Part of the feminine is also just being free and being one like nature, like nature just flows. There's this death process that is a part of nature, where it gives birth to life, and at the same time then everything dies, and it's like so sensual and wild and free. There's this primal life force that flows from within us, so that is also very feminine. So when we go out into nature and we expose ourselves to that primal energy through feeding ourselves foods as well that are pure, water, foods that are pure, that don't have all these chemicals, and exposing ourselves to environments as well that are more nurturing, and also in nature, then we get in touch with that raw primal energy as well. So that is another aspect of the feminine. So let me know if there were any points from here where you think you need more growth, or you would like to explore more of, and others that you are strong in, or if I've missed out anything. Of course, everything in life is the flow of the masculine and feminine, the balance of both. So there can be infinite points that you can add. But let me know what you thought of this video, and leave your comments below, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.